This case is between Auckland Electrical Power Board and Auckland Provincial District Local Authority officers. Mr. Healy is employed as a meter reader. His manager states that he has given enough notice that there are several houses with dogs inside. Mr. Healy, being the meter reader, has to go inside of these houses to read the meters. He does not feel it is safe to do so because of the dogs in the house and is scared for his health, safety and well-being. His manager feels that he has given enough training and resources to overcome this, and Mr. Healy has done this job successfully in the past for a number of years and doesn't understand why there is an issue now. For this mediation, Maria will be assuming the role of Mr. Healy, the employee, and Johnny will be assuming the role of the manager. Hello, good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tim. Would you like me to address you as Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny's fine. Nice to meet you, Tom.
Okay. My role as mediator to act as a third party to ultimately work with you and Maria to come up with a successful solution. Before we start, we need to go over some ground rules. The ground rules are no name calling or put downs, let the other person speak without interruption, full cooperation and communication. Please review this agreement to mediate that I have given you. If okay, please sign. The agreement to mediate provides all of what I'll be sharing with you today, as well as the agreement that this mediation is voluntary and you want to come to a resolution to the conflict. Do you agree to these ground rules?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. We will go over the privacy policy. Any information disclosed during the mediation by a party to me will be in private and treated in a confidential manner, unless the party making the disclosure states otherwise. If in the course of the mediation I become aware of any circumstances that might reasonably be considered to affect my capacity to act impartially, I will cease to act as the mediator unless situation permits me to inform both parties of those circumstances and you both mutually agree that I can continue. Now that we have the privacy policy out of the way, would you like to share your issue?
Yes, I do, actually. So Maria has been here with us for a couple of years now, and she's been employed here as a power reader. The basis of her job is to travel to homes and commercial areas to read meters and monitor water, gas and electricity for our consumers. So a lot of the work requires travelling and stability. My issue with Maria is that she's refusing to read the power meters in the area that she's previously worked at before. I have well informed her of the packs of dogs that roam there. I've given her enough information about the area in advance, and also she's been there countless times for other jobs. She's recently encountered a situation with the dogs, and the other day she called me and refused to finish the job. My thoughts is that if she's done the job before, then I'm certain she could do it again. Without the dogs interfering. My expectations at the end of the day is for her to finish the job that she is getting paid for.
So the way I see it, Maria is refusing to read the meters in the areas, and your expectations for her is to finish the job as she's getting paid to do so. You think she is capable of completing the task as she has done it successfully before.
Yeah, no, that's correct.
Now that I have the appropriate information, tomorrow I'll be meeting with Maria to discuss a solution for success. Thank you for meeting with me today and cooperating. I'll see you tomorrow.
Cool, thanks.
Hello, good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tim. Would you like me to address you as Isabella?
Yeah.
My role as mediator is to act as a third party to work towards a solution for success. Before we start, we need to go over some ground rules. The ground rules are no name calling or put downs, let the other person speak without interruption, full cooperation and communication. Please review this agreement to mediate. If okay, sign it. The agreement to mediate provides all of what I'll be sharing with you this morning, as well as your agreement that this mediation is voluntary and you want to come to a resolution. Do you agree to these ground rules?
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you. Now we'll go over the privacy policy. Any information disclosed during this mediation process by a party to me will be in private and treated in a confidential way, unless the party making the disclosure states otherwise. If in the course of the mediation I become aware of any circumstances that might reasonably be considered to affect my capacity to act impartially, I will cease to act as the mediator, unless situation permits me to inform both parties of those circumstances and you mutually agree that I can continue. Now that we have the privacy policy out of the way, would you like to share your issue?
So I have been employed as a meter reader and have been with the Electric Power Board for about 2 years now. My daily tasks include traveling to different locations to read the meters and to monitor the water, gas, and electricity consumptions of the company consumers. My issue is that I have not been given any training or counseling on how to deal with dangerous animals. After a previous incident, I expressed that I did not want to read certain meters which have surrounding attacking animals. My supervisor was completely unsympathetic to my concerns and wouldn't even meet with me in person to discuss my concerns. He only had a conversation with me over the phone. I felt like I had no other choice but to hand my resignation in. How could they expect me to continue to work for them if they don't even care about my safety? They even accepted my resignation without demur.
So the way I see it, you believe you have not been given any training on how to deal with these dangerous dogs. There was a previous incident and you feel like your manager did nothing to rectify the situation. You feel like there was no other option but to resign.
Yep.
Thank you for meeting with me today and cooperating. Now that I have this information, we'll proceed with the mediation.
Thank you.
Hi Isabella and hi Johnny. You have both agreed for this mediation to commence. The ground rules have been stated to you individually. However, once again we'll go over the privacy policy so there's no confusion. Any information disclosed during this mediation process by a party to me will be in private and treated in a confidential manner, unless the party making the disclosure states otherwise. If in the course of the mediation I become aware of any circumstances that might reasonably be considered to affect my capacity and act impartially, I will cease to act as a mediator unless situation permits me to inform both parties of these circumstances, and you mutually agree that I can continue. Johnny, would you like to start first?
Yeah, I would, Tim. Thank you. So my issue with Isabella is that the other day she refused to read one of the meters in a certain area. She's been there countless times. I think about 5 times now she's visited the area. I've informed her well in advance that there are dogs in that area that roam around, and those other jobs she's never had a problem. And then until the other day when she gave me a phone call and said that she refused to work on a job because she had an incident with one of the dogs. But my understanding is that, you know, you've got a job to finish, you've already been there countless times. You know what to do with the dogs, you know how to get the job done. So, you know, unfortunately, her resignation is a downside to this whole situation. But, you know, we don't have enough time to investigate the situation. You know, she's got a job to do. That's all.
So you feel as if Isabella's resignation was a hasty decision, not giving you enough time to investigate. She's been to the area before, so she knows what to do as this is her job.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
So Isabella, would you like to speak now?
Yep. So basically my issue is the fact that I wasn't given any training and counseling regarding stray dogs, and there was like already a previous incident that's made me not want to work in this area because of the dogs. I was attacked, and I don't want to read the meters in the area anymore because I know the dog's going to be there. Johnny was unsympathetic when I told him about it, and he wouldn't even meet me in person to discuss my issues. He just spoke on the phone, so I kind of felt like I just had no choice but to resign on the spot, just to avoid getting attacked.
So you feel as if nothing was done after the previous incident, there was no formal training or counselling given after what had happened, and you just feel like you're unheard and Johnny was unsympathetic and it just left you forced to resign?
Yeah, basically.
Thank you for sharing. How do you feel you both got along before the conflict came up?
I thought me and Isabella got along pretty well. Isabella's been with us for a couple of years now. She's, you know, very hardworking, you know, very fun amongst the other employees. So it was quite a shock for her to, you know, head towards a resignation. Yeah, that was basically our relationship, was just nice and friendly.
How did you feel?
Yeah, I think we were getting along quite well. Like, when I see him, I'd say hi and we'd have small talk. I kind of felt like I could trust him back then until this incident where I got attacked happened, just because I felt like the trust was broken because he's meant to be looking after me, but he failed to do so, and he just didn't address my concerns or anything.
So Johnny, what do you think the problem is?
I think the problem in this situation is I've got a staff member that has now just resigned and she's abandoned her responsibilities. On top of that, we've got a really busy next couple of months with parroting and for what our consumers want. And that's just caused a whole bunch of stress for us, including me. That's my problem.
And Isabella, what's your problem?
Well, my problem is the fact that my concerns were just never addressed. After I was attacked by a dog, nothing was done about it, and they still would put me in harm's way by making me read the meters there after I've explained this. So I just feel like they're not valuing me or hearing me out.
So you feel like your health and safety concerns weren't being addressed, and Johnny, you feel like you had targets to meet and Isabella should get the job done.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that?
So, Isabella, just so I understand the situation, you feel like your health and safety isn't a concern here with us, and because of the situation with the dogs, that you feel unsafe to come back and go back into that environment. Is that correct?
But I do understand that you have targets to meet and you're quite busy dealing with everyone's concerns, which is why you may not have addressed my concerns straight away. I just wish that we had the opportunity to speak about it in person and actually have a constructive chat about what to do next.
So Johnny, what are your interests and what's important to you?
Well, I want Isabella to work as fast and efficiently as she can. She works on time constraints each and every day. Her safety is also important to us and the company. I do appreciate the time that she's, been here with us. We don't want her getting hurt, and so I expect her to be able to take initiative and troubleshoot problems in the future. And that's my interest.
And Isabella, what are your interests?
Well, I would like the company to value me as an employee, as I have dedicated the past 2 years to them. I would also like to be provided with proper health and safety at work. So this means that they should make it a point to understand my concerns and address them.
So Johnny, your interests are obviously like the health and safety of your employees. You want them to be productive and meet the targets that they're faced with. You want them to use their initiative and like troubleshoot their own concerns.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Isabella, you want your health and safety concerns to be addressed. You don't want to be feeling like you're in an unsafe workplace, and you just want to be valued as an employee.
Yep.
So should we use this to come up with some solutions for success?
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah.
So what are some possible solutions?
Well, one could be provide training for you in terms of training you on how to deal with dogs and animals more efficiently in areas that you have to go to, because you have to go to those areas a lot to read power meters.
Mm-hmm. You can also give me my job back, and for these problem areas, send someone else with me so that I'm not alone.
Like a team of two.
Yeah.
Okay. One could also be maybe in the future when we put employees such as yourself into areas like this to read meters, we get the owners or the owners of the area to tie up the dogs.
Mm-hmm. You could also only assign me to places that don't have stray dogs.
Okay.
So we avoid the situation as a whole.
Also, maybe next time, if you're in a situation where you can't, read a power meter at a job, maybe communicate it with me properly instead of resigning.
So looking at these solutions, what do we think about them?
For the job back solution, I definitely want you back in this company.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one solution that we can definitely agree on.
Yeah.
Also, I think for the sending 2 people per job, we aren't able to do that because of our budget constraints.
Yeah.
And also just our human resources that we have here.
I think we definitely need to contact the owners so that the dogs are tied up.
Mhm.
And for assigning me to a place where there's no dogs, because what I'm thinking is we can still get the job done if I swap with someone else, like certain areas that are known for having stray dogs.
And you just rotate shifts and swap
Yeah.
shifts if it's like that. Okay. So also I noticed that we also wrote down provide training, dog animal training. That could be a solution, but that might we could look at that as well. And then also we'll mention open-ended communication, which is something that I expect from us. Like what we're doing now is great. So a couple of those are some of our solutions. So what are you happy with?
Yep, I'm happy with contacting the owners and being assigned to different places and like working with you again.
Okay.
So now that we have come up with these two solutions, we need to make sure they're specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. So what, for the first one?
Well, we could definitely contact the owners before we send one of you guys out there to read one of the power meters. We could contact them 2 weeks in advance and then even on the day before, just so that they have knowledge of us coming.
Yeah, so 2 weeks before we can maybe send them mail to inform them that the meter reader will be coming at this date during these times to make sure that the dogs are tied up, and do an automated call the day before just as a reminder.
Right. Also, you wanted to assign 2 places that know of dogs or what animals lived at. We could do that on the basis that someone would be able to swap a shift with you.
Yeah.
If you could do that. However, what would you do in situations where no one was able to cover your shift? And that's kind of a problem that I've just thought of. Unless well in advance, we look at the rosters and try and manage to see who else would be comfortable dealing with dogs.
Yeah.
But I think that because we're contacting the owners of the properties to tie the animals, you won't run into problems such as having to change your roster, change your shift.
Yeah. I mean, if contacting the owners do work and, you know, we're sending them mail 2 weeks in advance, then I guess there's actually no need to be assigned to a different place.
Yeah. I agree.
So maybe we could actually take that solution off.
Because I see contacting the owners well in advance to deal with the animals. That's probably the most smartest solution out of all of them.
So our biggest solution to this issue is that we're going to contact the owners to tie the dogs up, and so what we're going to do is contact them 2 weeks before by mail, just to let them know that the power meter reader will be coming soon, and then the day before just give them a call, like an automated voice message to say, remind them to lock the dogs up, and
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds like about right. I think that's a smarter solution. Are you happy with that?
Yep, I'm happy with that.
Cool.
So now we'll go ahead and sign the new agreement. So this is the new employment agreement that has the new solutions in it. So Isabella, I'll just get you to read through this one and sign if you're happy.
Yep, I'm happy with this.
Perfect. And Johnny, just same as you, just get you to read through it and sign if you're happy. Thank you. Now I think we should shake hands just to seal this agreement and work towards a better, open, honest communication policy. Thank you.